Lads, the first quarter-final at the weekend in the Pettitts Senior Hurling Championship is between St Anne's and St Martin's, a repeat of the county final of 2019. Garry, what are your initial thoughts on the game?
Look, I suppose the first thing you'd have to say is that the Anns are coming into a rich vein of form. I'm always intrigued by their attitude, and they always give 100% in every game they play, and I think that's brought them, to many county finals with maybe teams that people didn't think they probably should have got there with. They still have that sort of a sense of no give up, and but a local derby takes on a life of its own. The Martins and the Anns are completely local derby. I would fancy the Anns in this one, but that could be turned on its head very quick if the Martins come out with a fiery attitude and turn it on. They have plenty of players that can really contribute to this game as well.
Larry, you're living out in the Martins there now. You were telling us before we turned on the camera. Are your parish going to win?
And I'm only living there now, that's all. My parish still belongs to Bishop's Water. The townie, it's hard to take the townie of a lad when he moves to the country, yeah. So it is interesting the way the Hurling Championship has gone so far, to be quite honest. I thought the Martins would have had a super year, and they haven't really hit the ground running yet. St Anne's, as Garry said, St Anne's they get better with every game, and that's inner belief, that self-belief that St Anne's have. They always show up. They're prepared to wear their heart on their sleeve. From St Martin's point of view, I don't know whether they're hitting the ground running yet, and they mightn't have enough in the tank, and that's why I honestly still think that St Anne's will just about overcome St Martin's now in a ding-dong battle, to be quite honest now, because there'll be hell for leather, and there'll be no one giving an inch here. So I think just St Anne's might just scrape it in the end.
Well, Garry, one thing St Anne's were against Glenbarntown, but it was a great game as far as I could see as a neutral. But they put up a big score even though they lost, and they put up a massive big score last week against Garry. I think it was 127 they scored. So they're showing obviously that they're certainly the forwards in the form that you need to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, that day with Glenbarntown, Glyn raced into a bit of a lead in the first half playing with the wind, and the Anns fought back, and I think they got back to within a couple of points, and Glyn kicked on again with a few just to keep the distance between them. It was actually a very good game. Both teams got some very good scores that night, and to a certain extent maybe Glyn had to win the game a little bit more than the Anns on that occasion, and sometimes in this championship that gives you the little bit of an edge, and we even seen that last weekend in round 4. The teams that really had to nail performance nailed them in round 4 most of the time. So it's been a very good championship, but again, like Larry, I think the Anns by a whisker in this one.
So the two lads are going to go for St Anne's. I'm going to go against them. Maybe just for the sake of being different, I'm going to go for St Martin's.